Hello, cats and kittens. Orewa Jose Yoroshiku. I'm here today to do my first top 10 list on my YouTube page. And you would think from the other content on my page it would be a One Piece top 10 list. That'll come later. Today I have to give a shout out to Naruto. Naruto was my gateway drug back into anime. Previously, I go way back. I go back to Marine Boy. I go back to Speed Racer. Go back to Star Blazers and all of that old school. But I dipped out of anime for a while. Came back in with Naruto. Naruto got me into Inuyasha. Inuyasha took me to something else that I can't remember. Then I got to One Piece. No, Inuyasha got me to Bleach. Bleach got me to One Piece. But I gotta give my shout out to Naruto. Naruto pre-time skip was one of the best anime mangas out there. Not quite One Piece, but tuning exams. Come on. Tuning exams, Rescue Sasuke, arc, all of that. That was good stuff. All right. So I'm gonna give my top 10 characters. Now, my top 10 criteria for characters is not necessarily any specific moment that the character had. It's not necessarily design. It's not necessarily power. It's just a culmination of all of those things and just why I like that character. It could be anything. It could be the voice actors, which actually factor in big in a couple of these instances. It's just the overall appeal of the character to me, but I will give my opinions on the characters as I go through them. So we'll start at number 10. Number 10 is Konoichi, and I say that as a blanket statement. Kishimoto didn't care about women. They exist, that's true. Tsunade, she was there. She was one of the Sanin, that's cool. But aside from that, to be honest with you, he didn't give shine to Konoichi. And that was a shame, because I thought some of them deserved shine. The only two that almost made they made honorable mention, Tsunade and Tamari. Sakura, forget her. Ino, forget her. All of them, forget them. They meant nothing. They never will. I want to say, Hinata had a nice moment. In the Pain, when Pain attacked the village and she put herself on the line for Naruto. Even Sakura wouldn't step up to defend her boy. Come on. Anyway, but all right, Hinata, she also gets honorable mention because she put her life on the line for her boy Naruto. But the rest of Konoichi don't count. That's just how it is. It ain't me. Take it up with Kishimoto. It ain't got nothing to do with me. I ain't sexist or none of that. That's all him. Anyway, all the Konoichi coming in at 10. Coming in at number 9 is Gaara. Gaara was a beast. Pre-time skip, Gaara was awesome. With the whole tuning exam, that madness, that, he was a lunatic. And his fight with Sasuke was tight. His fight with Naruto was even better. After the time skip, he got captured and some other stuff happened, but mainly pre-time skip. Gaara was awesome. He was an awesome character. I loved him. He makes my number 9. Hoshigaki Kisame, number 8. That man was a beast, and he had one of the best deaths in the entire series. Kisame was tight, and I loved the voice actor. The voice actor was superb. Loved him. He had that thing. I don't know how I can't do it, but Kisame's voice actor was awesome. His design was awesome. His sword was awesome. One of my favorite characters in the entire series. After Kisame, actually I had that backwards. After Gaara was Sandaime Hokage, the third Hokage, and that's a shame because he coming in below Kisame. But that's just how it is. I like Kisame a little bit better than him. But Sandaime was awesome, and he gave himself up for the village. Yeah, I mean, everybody that makes a sacrifice, I got a soft spot for them. Besides that, I mean, he knew all of the Jutsu and Konoha, fought the first, the second, and Orochimaru to a standstill. Come on. Who else could do that? And he was the kind old man, the father figure. I mean, he was Hokage twice, man. Hokage gave it up to the fourth died. He came back in there and held it down until Tsunade took over. You can't go wrong with Sendai. So the third Hokage is at 8th, Kisame at 7. Guy is my number 6. Guy is hilarious, and everybody, mainly thinks of him as comic relief. Rock Lee's sensei, but the man was. He also had a fantastic fight with. He had that fight with Madara. And even Madara had to acknowledge that that man was one of the baddest taijutsu fighters ever. He said the best that he ever faced. So it looked like he was just comic relief for jokes. The man stood up there and fought Madara to a standstill. Now Madara had more in the tank. Yeah, alright, fine. But he had to acknowledge that was the best taijutsu artist that he ever faced. He been out for years. So I gotta give Guy, and plus Guy's rivalry with Kakashi is just golden. It's comic gold. I love that. So Guy comes in at number 6. Jiraiya comes in at number 5. Jiraiya also a man that put his life on the line for the Leaf. You know what I'm saying? Aside from the fact that he was the mentor to the fourth, the fact that he was 1/3 of the signing. The fact that he was a Jutsu beast, which makes me wonder why Naruto never learned anything but Rasengan. The man could have taught him all kind of cool stuff, but that's neither here nor there. All right, but Jiraiya, and another one where the voice actor was superb. Yeah, so I got to go with that. Jiraiya comes in at number 5. Coming in at number 4, Shikamaru. Shikamaru is a great character. And in my mind, as much as Naruto goes on and on about I gotta save Sasuke's my friend, or whatever, Shikamaru was his boy. Go through the whole series. The dude that had his back through the whole series was Shikamaru. Shikamaru always had that man's back. He always put his neck on the line from the Chunin exams going forward, going to rescue Sasuke. All of that nonsense. Shikamaru always had Naruto's back, and I would always be irritated by the fact that Naruto would be his obsession with saving Sasuke. Like they was friends from birth. He knew Shikamaru longer than he knew Sasuke, from what I understand. That should have been his boy. I would have loved to see an arc where, especially after the time skip, where he's chasing after Sasuke and he's nearly got him. He nearly captured him or whatever to get him to come back to the village. But Shikamaru's in danger and he abandons Sasuke to go save Shikamaru, figuring, yeah, I'll get back to that. But I gotta save my man. It never happened, but whatever. Shikamaru was my number 4. He's smart. He's not powerful, but he's smart as all get out, resourceful, true leader. Shikamaru comes in at number 4. Number 3, again, voice actor, Orochimaru. Orochimaru was a beast, a jutsu beast, an actual beast, a freak, just one of the most terrifying villains in anime, I guess, to a good extent. I mean, the man was, especially pre-time skip, he was it. That was the villain. He had everybody shook. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't my man, the Special Forces interrogator dude. My man spoke about him and he was shook. He said, I saw him just once when I was a kid. He didn't even look like he was human. He said something like it was some kind of a beast masquerading as a human or whatever that thing was. I love that. Orochimaru had everybody shook. Had my man Kakashi shook. They had the third shook, to be honest with you. Not shook, scared, but he was worried about him. He was the one dude that if he came back to the village to start trouble, he was worried about it. He took out the what? He took out the I forget what number the Kage of the Sand was, fourth or whatever. He took him out and maybe one of his advisors during that tuning exam, and he's rough. He was a rough man. He was one of the greatest villains to that point that I've seen in anime. So Orochimaru has number 3. Number 2, Itachi. Itachi, I don't know if Madara wanted to see Itachi in a fight, to be honest with you. Yeah. Itachi was a beast. I mean, I'm thinking just raw power. I can't think of too many people that wanted to see Itachi in a fight. I mean, he was pulling jutsu out the air. I mean, he was... And the voice actor was good. But he was just cool. He was like a cool evil villain. I mean, he had that Tsukuyomi Mangekyo Sharingan thing. He put you... I mean, that thing he did to Kakashi was... He had my man for... He had him down for torture for 72 hours. And it all took place in a span of like a few seconds. He had people passing out. And, I mean, he was overpowered. He was completely overpowered. I mean, but he was cool. I was feeling it. I mean, to be honest with you, I would like to have seen him fight Madara. I don't think Madara would have walked out of that unscathed. The best thing that happened to him was he died. I mean, because if he had to fight, if Madara had to fight Itachi, I don't know if he would have walked out of that one. But yeah, Itachi is my number 2, which leads me to my number 1. My favorite. Anybody who knows me, they know automatically I'm going to say Kakashi. Now, all right, I have to amend that. Nah. Kakashi is my favorite. He's coolest character in the anime, but he got hosed. I mean, my man Kishimoto. Hey, I love Naruto. I love Kishimoto. He did a great job, but he kind of screwed Kakashi over. Now I say that to say this. Consider this. The third Hokage had to find someone to look after Naruto and Sasuke. Don't worry about Sakura. Knowing that one of the things that ninjas are known to do is to steal either Kake Genkai, which Sasuke had, supposedly the last of the Uchiha, or steal Jinchuriki, so that they can use the tail beasts as weapons. He knew that there were people out there, S-rank probably ninjas, who would be out to steal Kake Genkai or Jinchuriki. So what does he do? He puts Kakashi in oversight over those two to train them. You would assume that by doing so, he's saying that this man is a beast. And if a crew of S-rank cats came up to steal these kids, he would either figure a way out or defeat these members. Okay? That would be your assumption. Now, Kakashi ended up being a whipping post for every, half-baked ninja that comes through. He took out Zabuza, that's true. After that, he took a beating from just about everybody, under the sun, I guess. I mean, in my mind, Hidan and Kakuzu get taken out by Kakashi by himself. Okay? In my mind, if he goes up against Pain got to come up with at least 3 of his bodies, or whatever you want to call it, to take Kakashi down. 3 at a minimum. He used 2. I would have had 1 more come in there at least. If Kakashi is the person that you would put in oversight over these 2 individuals who could likely have been stolen from the village by another village. Kakashi's supposed to be a beast. He's supposed to be a monster. He knows over 1,000 jutsus, or copied over 1,000 jutsus, which I assume he can use, but we only ever seen him use at a max 10, maybe. That might be generous. 10, possibly 12. Not counting that 1,000 years of pain or whatever that is. So it's a letdown in the way that he was used. But in my mind and my heart, if he was actually used properly, Kakashi is my favorite character in the series. I ain't saying that the series should have been called Kakashi. I'm just saying that he's Ben Kenobi. He's Obi-Wan Kenobi to Naruto's Luke. That's a fair statement, right? Kenobi took out Anakin. Chopped his arms and legs off because he was a beast. That's why. Kakashi should have been a beast. He wound up being a jobber. It's disappointing. Anyway, but those are my top 10. Again, Konoichi number 10, Gaara number 9, Sandaime number 8, Kisame number 7, Guy number 6, Jiraiya number 5, Shikamaru number 4, Orochimaru number 3, Itachi number 2, Hitaki Kakashi number 1. Fire back. Let me know your top 10. Let me know your faves. Let me know what you think of mine. Like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. I'll be back at you next with my next list will be my favorite Straw Hats in order, 9 to 1. That will be coming up shortly. There's no chapter this week, so it'll be coming up shortly. Anyway, there you have it, my top 10. Let me know yours. Stay loose.